Alright. See if I screwed anything up. Okay, audio apparently is working.
It's always Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sunday night with Midwest Motorsports. This is your broadcaster, Michael Harris Jr., coming to you live from, once again, the famous hills here at Michigan International Speedway. We're here for 100 laps as the Stock Car Series takes the center stage. At Midwest Motorsports, Jason Huffman takes the pole. Myself in second place. Norm Snyder starts third. Chris Thaler in fourth. Josh Watt will be in fifth place with Ron Schamer rounding out the field. Hoping for some bit of competition here as everybody's times are relatively close to one another. We'll see how that plays out on the track. About 19 to 22 laps and we'll be expecting for pit stops, so expect to see about 5 of those. We only have 2 sets of tires, so tire wear is going to be a big factor here tonight. No Dustin Reinsettle, no Eric Thaler tonight, so Jason Huffman is looking to build on his points lead over Norm Snyder. With the drop, races counted. We'll see how everybody goes underway. Jason Huffman ready for that green flag to drop any time now. Green flag underway here. We're racing, boys. Jason Huffman takes the immediate lead over myself as we get on into turn number 1. Once again, tire wear is going to be a big factor, so we'll see how everyone turns to drive, as there will be a couple of double stints throughout the session. Everybody's kind of single file now at this point. And we'll see what everyone's strategy here is for tire saving. Usually the higher line's a bit faster. Let's see how we go. Jason Huffman leads the first of 100 laps here. We'll see how long he holds that lead, especially with the draft. Can Chris Thaler pull it out here? Can he do something? I don't know if I've got anything for Jason here. Looks like Chris goes a little bit lower and slower at the exit of turn number 2. Into turns 3 and 4 we all go. Battle for third now heating up, thanks to that little action there. Chris Thaler and Norm Snyder battling for the old folks home, the race to the Tapioca Cup. Somehow I have the fastest lap, don't ask me how. I have been on record as saying we have no amateurs around here, but it's amateur hour in second place right now. This is my second race on Sunday night, crew. Just trying to use the Truck Series experience I gathered Friday night, hoping I can figure something out here. Jason Huffman, as we talked about earlier, he's your current race leader. Also the points leader now with the drop races in play. I don't remember if Dustin is now second or how everyone stands. I just know Norm has dropped from the lead. Drop races take your best or your worst 3 races of the season and just entirely gets rid of them. So if you didn't show up for a race, that counts as a dropped race. And with the fields being as small as they have been all season long, the impact of missing a race showed up huge through the regular season standings without the drop races in effect. Chris Thaler continues to hold on to third place here by a tenth of a second over Norm Snyder. Jason Huffman has gotten up to a half a second lead over myself. The home track of pretty much all but Toyota here in the hills of Michigan. Certainly interesting that our American automakers all pretty much came from one region of, or one state, one region of the United States, so they've kind of managed to be such a big influence on the country. Jason Huffman continuing to put down fast lap or decent lap after decent lap here after we open up with a 39.14 and a 1.3. He's putting down 39.55s, 39.64 for myself, which means Chris Thaler dropping down a quicker lap time back there in third. But Norm Snyder is battling hard through turns 3 and 4. He currently has it as we get ready closest to the stripe. And Norm Snyder taking third away here on lap 7, now lap 8. 7 laps complete here of 100. Obviously a long time before anything's really decided here. That Miller Lite Ford continuing to hold a small but very manageable lead over myself. And of course, again, we talked earlier about how the tire wear, big factor in this race with only 2 sets of tires waiting in the wings. If you burn your tires out real bad in the early goings, you're not going anywhere as the race progresses. So double stints, triple stints are in play. And we'll see how well that impacts here. Hopefully everybody out there in the YouTube world having a grand old weekend here, a great old time. Sunday night action here. Thank you for tuning in and watching us here. That's kind of what we're doing, is being here for you, the viewers. May have a small field right now, but you can change that, folks. You head on over to our link down in the description. We'll say it right now for you several times. Midwest-motorsports.com. Again, that's Midwest-motorsports.com. Follow that link there for all information, anything Midwest Motorsports that your heart desires. Want to check out point standings, check out our schedule. Want to sign up for the league or see what it takes to be one of these drivers out here? follow that link and it will give you all that information along with the link to the Discord page where you can sign up, chat with some of our guys here. Jason Huffman taps the wall coming out of turn 2. Now Harris has a big run on the inside, sliding up the racetrack just a little bit, avoiding contact there as he backs off. As I back off, here I am talking third person. Jason Huffman lives to tell the tale for that one. Almost lost the lead right there on lap 11. 11 laps complete. Chris Thaler has resumed third place. Norm Snyder has Ron Schamer breathing down his neck. Josh Watt back in 6th place, but not far away. Not a bad idea there. If he can show that he's saving tires back there, the more power to him. As again, tire wear, like we've said. I know, I'm going to probably be going on and on about that. Yellow flag is out. Caution has been waived. Not sure what happened there. Field checking up on the back straightaway. 8 laps to go on my count as far as what I've got. Pace car is about turn 3. I'm like just getting in. You get to hear my little chatter there. Pit lane is open, but the pace car has not come by yet, so I don't know what we're all planning on doing. I don't think anybody's going to be coming down pit lane just yet until the pace car comes by, but that is probably a problem. We're all going to have to probably come pit. The fix is in phantom caution, maybe. Well, who knows? There's a bottle of some debris on the racetrack. I apologize. I'm getting some official information that we had some debris get onto the track. The track marshals want to go ahead and clean that on up. And everybody's going to rack back together here. Don't listen to me. It's not a phantom caution. Am I going to have this mic problem again? So I do want to apologize here. The mic's deciding to be... mic on the mic. Is going to be a little bit finicky right now. For whatever reason, it's decided that it's going to stay open. Which is kind of aggravating because that means you guys are getting some kind of fan noise. Maybe if I change the gain. Is that better? Oh, well, okay. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But we're going to see who's going to call what here as we got... Looks like Jason's going to take top lane. We're going to rack back up here. 1 to go. Green flag will fly. 15 laps will be complete. 75 to go. With that said, I do have to wait for Jason to get going before I can actually get going here. Smart play by him. I mean, obviously we have to wait anyway, but I have to really be sure now because you can't pass on the inside of somebody. Pit cycle coming up here pretty soon. And of course, this caution could have added some wrinkle of somebody taking some fuel now and maybe altering the strategy. But when space car takes so long to get up there, it's kind of hard to really make that call. Beautiful weather out here at Michigan. Weather report says 78 degrees, partly cloudy. And everybody getting into gear side by side down the front straightaway as we get to the restart zone. Green flag back underway. Jason Huffman off to the races, getting a big push from that one. He jumped very good, and I'm going to pull real hard going in through that corner. Norm backs off. Chris does not, as he'll move back up into third. And here we go. Jason continuing to lead here as he got off to a rocket of a start. You might just have to go back to Potato Mike for the rest of the race. I guess I say Potato Mike. It's really just my headset mic. We'll see what happens here. Looks like Chris is gaining up here with the 8 of the draft coming out of turn 2. Getting right on my rear here. Backing off a little bit there, Jason Huffman. Still holding a pretty sizable lead here. Oh, half a car length, or half a lap. Not half a car length. Chris Thaler starting to gain on the front straightaway. Gets a good run coming out of turn 4. Josh Watt has come on down pit lane. The first one in the cycle. .40 this time. .40 this time. Jason going slow, getting ready to come on in. And we'll see how this pit cycle goes. Too far forward. He's going to get a good jump on me. And off he goes. .40 out. Jason Huffman with a 3-second lead and growing after that pit stop. Norm Snyder, Chris Thaler battling it out for third. Side by side through turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Norm Snyder takes over third place. Four-second lead now for that number 4 Miller Lite Ford. Good old battle cooking right there. Still for third, Norm and Chris Thaler. Just duking it out. I hope you guys are getting to watch that on the cameras as the cameraman and the broadcaster are both driving. Oh, and the number 40 hit the wall coming out of turn 2, which will make it a even closer battle for second heating up here. Still pretty epic battle here. Norm and Chris just trading positions every lap. Ron Schamer hoping to close on in. It's a 4-second gap. Not sure if Jason is doing any fuel saving ideas or anything into those corners. Norm and Chris have fallen behind myself. They're still battling it out though, but now Ron Schamer is about 0.6 to 0.7 of a second behind. Getting close, neck and neck, a three-way battle for third right now. Jason Huffman still able to maintain that lead. They're pretty much running same lap times here. Still in the 40s. Although adding damage to my right side probably not going to be helpful. Chris Thaler has now fallen a whole second behind Norm Snyder as Ron Schamer catching up now. They are side by side, and now Chris getting passed by Ron Schamer, who moves up to fourth place. Norm is about 1.2 seconds ahead in third. Josh Watt continuing to put some laps down there, back in sixth. Still on the lead lap. Jason starting to add some distance once again. And something happened. Jason Huffman way down on the infield there. Must have gotten into turn two. Just happened to be looking down at my the relative. Trying to avoid the wall myself there. And now it's down to a 3-second lead as we cross the stripe for the 35th time. Lap 36, folks. 60 5 laps remain in this race. Still anyone's ball game. Jason's been holding out pretty well. Out front, of course. Always doing battle with Dustin Reinsettle in the Stock Car Series, along with Ant Castor and Eric Thaler. So that kind of really sharpens the iron there for that number 4 machine. Heavy favorite to win tonight's race. Norm Snyder, the dark horse, back there in third. Tires have worn down by a lot for many other drivers. I don't know what status Jason's tires are at here, but with less than 7 laps to go on my own fuel tank, I can't imagine that those Goodyears are very happy right now. Don't worry, folks. I am trying. I'm not just sitting here just mining content or anything. I am actually trying to do what I can to catch up to them. Pretty much running these tires almost out of whatever they've got left. They're very much trying to get loose, snapping over there in turn 4. As we get close to the pit cycle here, let's bring up a little bit more about Midwest-Motorsports.com, why you should join that racing league, aside from what action we've had here on screen. So on Friday nights to start our weekends off, we kick it off with the Friday Night Truck Series. Everybody gets on into the Craftsman Truck Series vehicles, whether it be Dodge, the Ram, Ford, Chevy, or Toyota entry. Green flag starts at 9:55 Eastern Standard Time. Session opens around 8:30 for practice. Great group of guys that race in that. Then again, Sunday nights at 8:25 Eastern Standard Time, the green flag drops for the Stock Car Series, the Sunday Night Stock Car Series. Both of those have me as the lead commentator. Sometimes I'm just in the booth alone. Sometimes I'm out on track doing both. I'm calling both things. And then Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern, the green flag will drop for our road series. About 40 cars take the field each week on Tuesday nights. Hold on, I gotta call pit. 40 this time. Come join our elite broadcast team of Adam Sondag and James Johnson, legendary voices of the Road Series. They guide you through about an hour of action. All racing series are open and the setups are all fixed, but it's all open and free. Sign-ups available for anybody who want to join on in. All the requirements and everything is listed on the website, midwest-motorsports.com. Jason Huffman getting on out of pit lane. Myself hopping on over. Ron Schommer staying out on the field. Forty out. Jason Huffman taking the lead back here this time by I will return to second place, seeing if I can chase down this number 4. The Road Series on Tuesday night will be at Red Bull Ring this coming Tuesday. Don't miss your opportunity to watch them as they've got 2 more to go in this season. Season 11 on the road side as they drive the Porsche Cup cars. The Truck Series and the Stock Car Series, I believe, will be having this coming week off. Trucks will resume action the following Friday night at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I do not recall where the the Stock Car Series is going to go. Just for the folks at home, my right sides are at 44 for the right front and 53 for the right rear after that last pit stop. Jason Huffman continues his lead over myself and the rest of the field here. Norm Snyder is taken back to third place. Fourth is Ron Schommer with a 2-second advantage over Chris Thaler, but they are 11 and 13 seconds back of just myself. 8.7 seconds separating Norm and Ron. And Josh Watt rounding out the field in 6th place. Due to the fact that I'm out here in the broadcast land, I do not have YouTube queued up or anything to check out on our race chatter, but YouTube is our home for our broadcasts. So you can find us each night, whether it be Sunday, Tuesday, or Friday. Again, you can join at any time, so you don't have to worry about waiting until next season to join in on the fun if you'd like. Wrong angle there for myself. I'm trying to close in on Jason Huffman and keep a healthy gap ahead of Norm. No Dustin in the race tonight. He was one of the lead drivers talking about what to do in the case of me making a podium. I said this the last time when we were at New Hampshire and promptly took myself out of the action. So, James, if you're listening, the hat is staying right here on the table. It ain't going to victory lane. To all of our fellow racers that are out there who have any interest in the Oval Series or the Road Series, you always see and check with your friends about their interest in sim racing. Have them check us out on the YouTube and try to get us some more grand old times here. Really be awesome. A lot of father-son racers. On Friday nights, we usually have the father-son pairing of Riley, the son, and George, the father, the Harrises. I'm sure they're related somewhere up the line. I don't know exactly where. We've also got the Thaylors, founder of our league and the co-founder, Eric and Justin Thaler, brothers. Their father, Chris Thaler, who's in action today out on the racing surface. Thought I was going to swap to the potato mic, but did not do that during the pit stop. I don't know if I dare try to do that right now. We are halfway through the race, though. "54 laps now complete as Jason crosses the start-finish line with a 3.1 second lead over the number 40 Toyota. 2 Toyotas in the field, no Chevys out here today. The rest of them are all Fords. Everybody has pretty much spread very well out now. Josh Watt back there in 6th place. still on the lead lap. With Jason closing on in. Norm Snyder, if you're listening to the broadcast, I don't know what to tell you, bud. But this weekend we were out in Kansas Speedway. Or at least not we, but NASCAR was out Kansas Speedway with the ARCA Series, the Xfinity, the O'Reilly Series, and the Cup Series. Good time out that way. Ooh, what am I doing? Gonna add some right front damage, tighten up the car, I guess. I don't know. That's gonna give Jason a little bit extra of a boost, as he's up to 4.3 seconds ahead of myself. Chris and Ron Schamer, Chris Taylor and Ron Schamer, closest battle on the racetrack right now at this point. As Jason gets around Josh Watt. "62 laps complete now. 38 to go. Norm Snyder coming on down pit lane. See what he's up to here. "40 this time, 40 this time." Running out of fuel just in time. Get some Sunoco fuel. Jason's off. 40 coming out. Oh, back to 71, huh? Well, that is what it is. Lap 64 is the lap we pitted on. 65 laps now complete. Everybody just kind of back in the same order as we come on down. Working on lap 68 now. Jason Huffman trying to set sail here over the 40 machine. Norm Snyder still holding strong in third place. Huffman has just caught up to Josh Watt. He's going to be making the pass this time around in turn 3 and 4. With 30 laps to go in the race, closing in on what would need to be the final stop. Final stop being around lap 80. before you come on in. Just about the bare minimum. Jason Huffman able to keep it calm and cool up there in the lead as he's gotten back to his 4-second lead he had before the pit cycle. Had an issue coming out of turn 2. "25 laps to go this time by. Get myself around Joshua here. Continuing to narrow in on that final pit stop. Seems to me Jason's getting a better run on turn 3 and 4 than I am. Looking on lap 80. $20 to go this time by. 40 pitting, 40 pitting. See if this is a good idea or not. Good, overshooting the pits up, or pit lane. Jason's coming down. He's in pit lane. 40 out, 40 out. The yellow flag has waved. Not sure what the caution is. We might get a report here soon enough. Sounds like some debris made it out on the field. So the reports that I'm getting in here. Racking back up here. $17 laps to go this time around. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We got 16 to go. I guess the math. Working on lap 84 right now. Light should be going off the pace car this time here. Norm Snyder currently listed as the leader, but in the pits. Oh, weird. It's having us pass the pace car. I guess Norm is the leader. It's showing Norm as the leader, so. Somebody up at Buffalo Wild Wings wants this race to be crazy. A pace car not going off the track. Norm Snyder is, I don't know what's going on with Norm. So Norm is being shown a lap down in 5th right now. Not sure what's going on with the iRacing, but it's telling Norm to be where he is. And you probably heard me all that. No, I'm not looking to fix this race or nothing. I don't know why anybody's not going on the outside here. Like we're doing single file. Norm leading the pack. Chris Thaler on the inside going through turn 1 and 2. Jason Huffman going on the outside of Norm through 1 and 2. He's cleared him through 3 and 4. Can the 40 get around that 28 machine? The 28 rises, blocks the nose. Chris Thaler on the inside of the 40 as Jason Huffman has open air right in front of him. I don't know if I can Art and Senna this one. But Chris Thaler has found his way into the top 3. Norm spent almost the day in 3rd place. Coming to this, coming to the stripe this time by, we will have 11 laps to go. Working on lap 90. All the way up to the wall goes that Monster Energy number 7 Ford. And now down to the inside, the 40 Ben & Jerry's Toyota Supra. Trying to make the pass here through 3 and 4 on the inside. He's got the nose, got most of the car. It's just the quarter panel to beat. Chris has a run on the side draft going up the front straightaway. And he will clear now. The number 7. Something happened there in turn 2. Norm and Chris get into each other. Down the back straightaway. No flag. Jason Huffman, 1.9 second lead. Up to 2 now over the 40. As that Toyota Supra able to get around Chris. Ron Schaumer move him up to 3rd. Norm Snyder still in the mix. And the 40 catch up to that 4 car. I don't know if he's got anything left in the tank at this point. 9 laps to go. If you're watching, we've had a bit of an interesting afternoon here with 2 random cautions for debris on the field. Has racked up everybody. At the very end of the race, lap 82, caution was called as Jason Huffman was rolling down pit lane. I was just coming out of pit lane when it all happened. Stock Car Series has had its share of start and park winners, with Nick Astlin winning 2 races in that number 48 Chevrolet. Somehow unable to really find the funding to make it out for the races, despite showing all that talent behind the wheel of that car. Tried to move on up to the O'Reilly platform from the trucks. Sold off everything that they had. 25 team still intact as John Astlin continues to race on Friday nights every once in a while. Five to go this time. Does anyone have anything for that 4 machine? Ron Schaumer making a bit of a run on that number 40, though, as he's closed that gap down to 2.7 seconds. Riding a bull named Blue Manchu. That's Sunoco Toyota. Four to go. Working on lap 97. That's Ron Schaumer's number. anything can happen within the last 3 laps or so. Jason continues to hold that car steady as we come down 2 to go. Lap 99. White flag waves for Jason Huffman here at Michigan International Speedway. As he makes it through just one more set of corners. Don't run too low, Jason. Don't get into the grit. And you've got this one in the bag. Here he goes. Another win for Jason Huffman. Put that one on the board. Take that Miller Lite to victory lane once again. Your top 3 finishers tonight: Jason Huffman, Michael Harris Jr., Ron Schamer. Finishing out the rest of the field is Chris Thaler, Norm Snyder, and Josh Watt. Definitely some interesting moments through that race. The pit cycles, where Harris was able to carry a little bit more speed into pit lane. And Jason Huffman, however, it didn't seem to matter as Jason was able to cruise back out to a decent sized lead, where he was able to maintain, for the most part, through the race, 4 seconds over the 40. A couple of blunders on pit road didn't help him, or didn't help the 40 machine make it through. All right, let us get on with the business, with the show business here as we watch Jason Huffman do some burnouts. See if we can pull our third place finisher, Ron Schamer, into the broadcast booth. Give him a minute to get on up here. All right, looks like he is in the chatter, so we will move him on up. Maybe. There we go. That's the right ticket. All right, so let's start with our third place finisher, Ron Schamer. Ron, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
Yeah, we got you this time. All right, Ron, Michigan International Speedway, doing a great job in that Sunoco machine. How did you feel about the race today?
I was going good till that last caution. I don't know how Norm lost the lap. I have to ask him.
I know he was running up there pretty good. Jason was just coming down pit lane at the time, and I was just coming back out. So I'm not, like you said, I'm not sure how on earth Norm got there. He was set to be the leader. At least that's what my timing thing was telling. But
Yeah, I think he should probably have third place. I should have fourth.
no, unfortunately, that's up for review. If we were going to be reviewing the finishing order there, not sure what the admin is going to figure out on that. It's going to be a busy week trying to figure out what was going on with those random cautions. We call it up in here in the booth debris. came out.
Yeah, I
We've
figured
got
Hoffman was just throwing his water bottle out.
that. Maybe he's just getting bored up there in front and said, I'll see if anybody can get me this time." So we got an off week this coming week. Chicagoland Auto Club in Nashville are the rest of what we have here of the Stock Car Series. Any track that speaking Ron to us?
Kind of like all of them except for Nashville. That's a little tricky.
All right. Well, we'll see how that '97 Sunoco car gets around the circuit in a couple weeks. Enjoy the time off.
You too. Have a great night.
Thank you, our third place finisher Ron Schamer, everybody. Um, so I finished second. I mean, I guess that's a thing. Let's see how we want to play this. First, we're gonna bring Jason on in here, our race winner, instead. Jason, you got a copy?
Loud and clear.
All right, Jason. Man, I couldn't really get anything on you there. You kept on cruising there. It's like we were putting the same lap times down. How did that number 4 Ford feel you for most of the race?
No, it was good. You kept me honest the entire time. I had to be very diligent about making sure my fuel saving just a little bit, just so we could make it like 20 laps at least a segment. So, and the few times you were pressuring me, I definitely knew I had to stay up on the wheel there because I definitely made a couple mistakes there. I think there was one time you closed it because I crinkled my right rear a little bit there. Got a 2X. I didn't get any damage though, but it had me going to the apron. It made me a little nervous there though, and I just threw it all away.
Yeah, I remember I looked down at the relative something. I forget what I was looking down. Maybe I was just looking at the wall, making sure I didn't hit that sign at the exit of two. And then I see you way on the inside, but it's not like I'm closing up that fast to you. But I see you way on the inside and go, did he just put enough damage on that thing's not going to want to turn?
It was a little sketchy. That the track was interesting with this car because generally with the fixed setups at most of the tracks, outside of like a handful, it tends to run tight as the tires wear, and you tend to like use your right front a bit more than your right rear. But I was actually pretty balanced with my right sides, which is unusual. Usually, I wear my right front a good 10 or 15% more than my right rear, so it definitely lent to how it handled. I was there was definitely a couple times I almost busted my butt coming off of turn two there.
Yeah, it definitely wanted to come on out there, turn four for myself. Apparently, I'm having a battle with the replay machine here. It wants to keep showing me the overlay. But at any rate, we've got, like I was telling Ron there, break next week here for both the stock car and for the truck series. We've got Chicagoland next, if I remember right from the schedule. Anything speaking to you on the rest of these races? If we get Eric and get Dustin and Ant back here, which one's the one you're circling?
Uh, I'd say the biggest out of the three. Nashville's certainly number one on the list. I tend to run very well there. It's kind of like Michigan. I don't, for whatever reason, those two tracks really lend to how my driving style is. I will say, like, as far as like fun, Auto Club should be a nice challenge because I like the high tire wear tracks. It's always fun to like really wrestle that and see who's the best at managing it. It's got a little bit of fuel saving because of the length, like Michigan, but not so much. You're more having to be more aware about the rubber on the road. And then Chicago, I've never actually raced it. I know it's a mile and a half, so I'm sure it'll be fun, but I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Absolutely, the wonky, slightly curved back straightaway there. Always an interesting track for sure, and Well, anything
Hopefully,
else?
no giant orange inflatable mascots go floating on the track like in real life.
The there's been some chatter out there that a water bottle might have come out of the number 4 machine there at the end. Do we know if that debris was you related, or did your spotter happen to?
I mean, I wouldn't have done that. That actually slowed the lead down for me because I was in the middle of pit road when that came out. I thought it was Norm because looked like it was going to be Norm's lap there because he still had the pit, but I think he sounded like he pitted before the pace car got back around him, so iRacing gave him like a black flag. So it really jumbled up that restart where he was like the control car for it, but I was in the lead. So, but I had to stay behind him because he was the control car for the restart. It was really weird.
Yeah, it was definitely bizarre watching that. Especially like my timing sheet was telling me Norm's in the lead, and he's I don't know where he is.
Yeah, it actually fell perfectly for him because I think he was the last one that needed to pit. So he would have, I think, leapfrogged us, but yeah, he kind of stepped on it a little bit. The typical Norm.
Well, anything else you wanted to add?
No, just looking forward to off week and just winding down to the end of the season.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Jason. Congrats on the win again, and we will see you in a week or two. Oh, no, we'll see you on the 3rd.
All right, good race, man.
Alrighty, and I guess what I should do here to be non-biased and everything is I should bring up our race director who was in the race up here to the booth to do an interview. So, Josh Watt, you got a copy?
Got you loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the mic over to you here, Josh. I was finishing second or something. Dustin's not here, so I guess he can't do it.
Loud and clear.
Yep. Ah,
So I
I didn't.
have really nothing to say on 90% of what in the world just happened tonight.
Well, we heard from some race officials there was some debris on the racetrack there for those two. I didn't bring you up here to go over where those cautions came from or what debris anybody was talking about, but it felt weird just interviewing myself. So,
Fair, fair.
and I kind of can. I mean, I've been talking to everybody all night long. But, so they've kinda heard what's been going on my end. I had nothing for Jason. There was literally nothing I could do. Every once in a while, I'd get a little bit on him. I was just kinda waiting for him to mess up pretty much, you know? But, lap traffic obviously didn't get involved much. There was that little bit there where Norm and Chris kinda ganged up on me,
There was a
but,
bit. It wild in the back of the pack near the end, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, at one point, Chris and I were side by side coming out of two. He got a little loose, hit the wall, and hit the norm, and that spiced things up a little bit.
Usually does, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got an off week here. We got you racing on Tuesday. If I understand that correctly, you're going to be doing Red Bull.
It will very much depend on how things are going. If stuff continues like it did last week, I may not have the time to attend, at least on track, but if everything keeps going as planned, I should be good to go.
All right. Well, we look forward to it. We still got the Road Series racing. They got the two. Oh, hold on. Let me look at the schedule here real quick because they keep telling people the wrong info. We got two races left with Red Bull Ring being the penultimate one. And then we go to Nürburgring Grand Prix Strecke, which I pronounced wrong, but that's okay. Just know it's not the giant big Nürburgring.
Yes, it's definitely not the Nordschleife.
Not the Nordschleife. But yep, Red Bull Ring. And then we have the off week. Then the Road Series will kick us off for their final race of the season. And then back to our last few races here. Is there? I know you said you didn't have anything about the cautions or anything. Anything else you wanted to add for viewers about Midwest Motorsports or anything else?
Uh, Definitely should be looking into next season because we're almost done with this one. So for anyone is holding off and waiting for the next season, now is probably going to be the best time to start looking into signing up and getting prepared to take on some of our better drivers or even our midfield drivers. Everyone's competitive here.
Absolutely. And of course, no better time than now, like you said, because you can get to gel with the drivers here and see how you mesh with everybody. Everybody's pretty clean for the most part. You know, we saw that little bump and grind over there, but that's just kind of racing. And we usually give people a little bit of space instead of going straight towards accusations. But, all right, Josh. Well, I'll let you go, and we will see you either on track or in the race control office on Tuesday.
Sounds good.
All right. And for the admin team, broadcast team, and the rest of the Midwest Motorsports Series drivers, I am Michael Harris Jr., broadcaster for the evening. And we just hope that you had a great time watching this race. We'll see you Tuesday with Adam Sondag and James J. Man, I can't even remember what I said last on Friday. This is great. Great stuff. Well, see you all next time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.